Let's get this mushroom looking mushroomy, like, let's do that, mate. Do you know what I mean? Anywho, day 1490. Let's just get this done and out of the way. So, today I had an interesting phone conversation, which we'll get to shortly. Pretty in pink, once more. Yeah, man, yeah. Anywho, skin is mad dry, bro. Oh my lord, I need to cream. Looking like chalk out here. Chappy chalk. Chappy the chalk man. What am I even saying? Look can you see how dry? You probably can't even see it. This hand's dry, but this hand's drier. Probably. Hold on, can you even? Ooh, look at that, man. Look at it. It's disgusting. I wash my hands too often, man. And what I should be doing is creaming afterwards, but this is what happens when you perpetually wash them and you don't bloody rehydrate it now. Anywho, it's fine. I'm at home. I can be disgusting. Or just a disgrace. You know what I mean? So, low-key day. Wasn't doing a great deal. Her visitor that was here is now gone. Yeah, it was cool to see him briefly. The little rat that they are. But yeah, man. So yeah, they departed. Left some food as well. Shouts out to them. It's very nice. Yeah, so I was waiting for a phone call. Skooma. So bear in mind, I was supposed to receive a phone call initially about 2 days ago. That didn't happen. So then I was supposed to receive a phone call yesterday. Didn't happen. So then I was told, third time's the charm. I was told that, oh, really sorry, and I suspected it may have been this. Basically, Skooma it's a small company, right? But it would appear with these refunds, I don't know if it's all the time, but at the very least, a portion of the time when it comes to refunds or maybe even complaints, but definitely refunds, if you're getting a phone call, the CEO will be the one to deliver the phone call. And that is indeed what happened. Alex, I believe his name is. So, and I was told, right, Alex will be calling. The person was really apologetic, like, oh, really, really sorry via email. The CEO got into like an emergency thing that happened yesterday, whatever that was. They were like, they will call you today at 5. And I was still feeling a bit anxious. One, just to take the phone call because of what was going to be said. Like, were they going to reject my refund, or was he going to try and sweet talk me out of it, or just be rude? I don't know. Or was this going to be a thing whereby I didn't get a phone call again for a third day? Can you imagine? I was really starting to get annoyed. 5 o'clock came, and a little bit after 5, and I see a number flash up on my phone. Number that I don't recognise, obviously, is a mobile number though. Answered it. It's like, oh, hello, is that me? It's like, yeah, it's me. It's like, hello, this is Alex calling from Skooma. Here we go. That being said, partway through it, one of my friends, the absolute freaking idiot, and they made a joke about this as well, because I think they'd attempted to. One of my friends, I think yesterday, because I've been telling them about the whole Skooma debacle, they were the one, shouts out to them, they're an idiot, but shouts out to them, they were the one that almost kind of instigated me getting a refund. They were the one that sent me the screenshot of the person complaining about Skooma, who brought it to the attention that the spout on the machine is made of plastic. If my friend didn't send that to me, I would have been none the wiser. I wouldn't have realised until I maybe even looked underneath the machine, because you literally have to look underneath the thing where the water comes out, because it's not in your direct eye line. You literally have to imagine the things there. You have to peer underneath and really look closer. I mean, once you look closely, it's apparent it's plastic, but again, because it's not right in your eye line, you'll miss it. You'll miss it. And again, if you are under the impression, as what was told, once it comes out the filter, the water doesn't touch any plastic parts, which is incorrect. But yeah, if my friend didn't forward me that review on Trustpilot and then Skooma responded and saying, "Oh yeah, it is plastic, but it's high grade, high quality plastic," yeah, none the wiser, man. And I would have just been drinking plastic water, essentially, or possible plastic water. So yeah, anyways, so I told my friend about Skooma, and they randomly gave me like 2 drop calls yesterday, and I called them back. I was like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you flipping drop calling me?" And they're like, "You're lucky, you know. I was gonna They were basically trying to do, what is it? Is it 141? Where you dial that in front of the number and call it, and then your number comes up as a private number, and then they were gonna pretend to basically be from Skooma, flipping idiot." So whilst I was on the line to Alex, I noticed there was a private number that was coming through, and it baffled me for a second, because for a split second I was thinking, okay, well, this person has told me they're Alex from Skooma. I'm anticipating a call from them. I already know the CEO's name is Alex. But then I was thinking, oh wait, private number. Maybe they would be calling from a private number. Why would Skooma call from a number that comes up that I could just call back, particularly if it's a mobile number? Because surely they don't want customers calling them back, surely not. So I was thinking, am I even talking to the right person? Is this my friend pulling a fast one? Like, is it like, what's even going on? Should I hang up and answer this private number? But then I was like, I came to my senses. Again, this only, you think stuff and it's only over a short space of time, like 2 seconds. Like, I went through this whole thought process within a couple of seconds now, and then I'm like, no, obviously I'm talking to the right person. Then I thought, that private number, that's probably my friend being an idiot, so I will pick up with them later. Turns out, yes, anyways, I was talking to the right person. And yeah, they kind of led with, not, yeah, listen, the refund is still on the table. They didn't even question stuff like the timeline, because technically I was outside of the 30-day refund time limit. But of course, there'd been a whole heap of delays on their end, and then the mix up, them confusing me with a different person and all of that. I had all of that in the chamber, and then the fact that I was supposed to receive a phone call over the course of 2 days, which didn't happen. Finally, on the third day it happened. I had all of that lined up in my back pocket in case he was going to try be like, "Oh, well, yeah, not sure if we can do the refund." But honestly, like, the conversation went down a route that I was not anticipating or expecting at all. So, he seemed very open to listening, seemed very friendly and calm and all of that. There was none of this. I didn't get an egotistical vibe from him. Like, he seemed willing to really listen, because he wanted to find out exactly. I think he already had the overview of what the issue was, but I guess he wanted to hear it in my own words. And I broke it down to him, told him, heard this on the Insta Live, didn't, was under the impression it didn't come into contact with any plastic, came to find out it was via this review, which, one of your lot, or maybe even yourself, responded to and confirmed that. And I just didn't see the point in, if I'm filtering out microplastics, I'm repeating myself, obviously. I've said this over the past couple of videos, but again, like, if you're filtering it out, what's the point in putting it back in, or potentially putting it back in? It don't make no sense. So he was saying, yeah, he hears this, and this is something that kind of has been brought up to him before. And he went down the usual route, which apparently he does, where it's like, well, we basically had this tested, and we've done it with both room temperature water and hot water. We've had it tested by this independent French company, and the plastics that come out after that is basically really minimal. And I was like, okay, cool, that's good, that's fine. But again, it's still plastic. I bought it because I believe that was not the case. So then it just kind of null and voids the whole process. So then, and this is where the conversation took a turn that I wasn't expecting. Then he said, well, you know what? You know what we could do? And this to me seems something that is probably a very unique trait of a much smaller business, I would say. He basically proposed that, well, you know what, if you want, we can actually, sorry, wait, I'll get onto that. A part just to add before that is, and he already alluded to it before I asked, and I was going to ask, like, so, why have you got plastic there? Why? And he'd already alluded and basically confirmed prior that basically the options are kind of plastic or like steel, like stainless steel. And he basically said stainless steel would be a lot more expensive. And I was thinking, is it a cost thing? Turns out it's a cost thing, essentially, as to why. Because yeah, it's cheaper and it's more, I guess, accessible to get plastic in there. So yeah, he said that. And when he said that, I was like, okay, right, cool, as I thought. But anyways, what he did say is, look, you know what we could do? If you would be prepared, how would you feel about me going away, having a think about how we'd manage this, and I can potentially go away and essentially redo part of the machine and replace the plastic spout with a stainless steel one. And he was even talking me through the kind of technical reasons as to, why it's so much more difficult and all of that. I'd have to actually recorded some of the conversation because I knew I'd flip and forget. And also it's good to make reference to stuff. I didn't record the whole thing because I was doing it on like my old phone, and because I don't have WhatsApp on that phone, I had to bloody do it like just sending iMessage voice notes to myself essentially. And certain times the button wasn't working, and then I'd got really into the combo and then I forgot to do it, and I'm like flip flip. So it's really jagged in terms of the voice notes. But I got a chunk, so I might actually have a listen back to them. But yeah, he essentially kind of ran through why it's a bit more difficult and also more costly. But he said, look, if you're prepared to give this a try, how would you feel about send the machine back? I'll get my people to give you like a returns label, send it back, and then we will try and essentially, yeah, redo it and put it on there, so you could maybe even be the tester, the guinea pig, if you will, to have the first skooma model that basically has a stainless steel metal spout as opposed to a plastic one. And when he was saying this, there was a few things that kind of crept up within me. Like, one was just kind of general just shock, like, what, really? Really? I wasn't expecting you to be saying this, like, and, also, like, not just surprised, but being somewhat impressed, like, oh, okay. And also mild annoyance, like, because I was like, I know I'm not the first person that's come to you who said this. It's like, well, why are you only oh yeah, because I didn't even ask him, like, so how comes you're proposing it now? I know I'm not the first person who's probably had an issue with there being a plastic spout. And he's basically said, for the most part, whenever he's told people about, look, we've had it tested, the results have come back from the French company, it's available up on the website, we tried to be as transparent on the website and let you know, like, this, that and the third, you can read through the report as well. That normally quells people's fears, and they're like, okay, cool, you know what, this French company has tested it, these are the results. The microplastic spillover or microplastic leaching, I guess, is near minimal. That tends to allay people's fears. Or I guess on the other side is people who are just adamant on getting a refund, certain people can be convinced, others are like, no, just give me my money. So it's either one or the other. But I don't know, maybe he has tried this with other people and they've just kind of shot down the idea. Or, maybe with myself, and I don't want to even think that I'm that special, but maybe there was something in the conversation where he was like, okay, well, this person seems open, let me just suggest it. But yeah, so we talked through it a little bit, and he kind of told me, well, look, I think this could work. I think I know how I would do it, but again, it would take some time, and we're looking at minimum of at least a couple of weeks. I'm sure it'll probably be longer than that. Because again, it's like taking in the things, figuring out how it's going to work. It will be having to like order the parts in and then solder the parts on. And then even what he mentioned, which I thought was quite good and honest of him, is then he would want me to have it and test it out for at least a couple to a few months to ensure that it not only works initially, but it works over time. So again, like I said, there was a slight annoyance just because it's like, well, probably should have done this one before. And I even said to him as well, like, this, I'd already planned to say this, that this could even be a marketing angle that you could lead with, you know? This could be a marketing angle of saying, like, well, other countertop water filters have a plastic spout. We don't. Yeah? Them lot filter out the microplastics and then add it back in when the water comes through. Doesn't happen with us. When we filter it out, it stays out or it stays at that level. There is no potential additions coming from any plastic spout, regardless of how high quality it is. Like, you could use that as a marketing angle, and I believe it would work very well. Water filters, particularly the higher, moderate to higher end ones, I suspect a lot of people are concerned with microplastics, you know? So I did say that, and he was even talking like, oh, well, you know, if this does work, we could maybe even introduce this as like a kind of add-on for people who want it. So maybe keep the same model, but if this one does work, you know, pay an extra 20, £30 and we could get it modified, you know, custom built even, you know, and yeah, that could be like a little upsell for them, you know, because I could see people buying that. I could. So and also where they're based, they're actually not too far from me as well, you know. So yeah, it's interesting. But I was like, again, I kind of left the conversation and we were like, and oh yeah, and he gave me his personal number, like obviously work number. But he said, obviously, if anything, if I need to contact him for any reason, go directly to him. Like, don't go via the customer service email, because naturally it'll be quicker. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, should be quicker to, you know, reach him. And ultimately, he's the CEO. So, you know, if anyone needs to sort out anything, the final call would come down to him. So I thought that was also good as well. It's not many people that you get to talk to the CEO directly. And again, smaller companies, so we can do this. But even the whole offering to custom build it to, or custom amend it to my requirements, I left feeling quite impressed and like, you know what, if what he's saying is true, because again, like this man could, I don't even want to say putting a fast one, but you know, let me say, because I did get a very genuine vibe from him and he does seem really passionate about this. Things could not work. Yeah, like he could have the best will, best plan in the world, but things may not work for all manner of reasons. You know, maybe how he feels it could be done, it may not work, or it may not work to the desired outcome or work as great as he anticipated it to. It could flip him break down in a month or two. So there's all manner of bumps in the road. However, if this works out as he has purported it to potentially work out, or if the potential lives up, no, sorry, if the outcome lives up to its potential, then this to me is kind of how a business, also a small business, but this is kind of how a business I think should work. It I will say a small business, because ultimately a business at scale probably can't work like this. I mean, maybe it could, but yeah. But again, this to me is the benefit of a smaller business. Like, you can adjust and pivot according to a specific customer's needs. And bear in mind, again, I was not even expecting this, so this was a kind of welcome surprise. I was prepared just to get my money and go about my way. But the thing is, I bought this because I believe in it, and I actually, as I said to him, I want to use it. I believed in you, and hopefully I can still continue to believe in you. I want to use this machine. So, and clearly he wants to keep me on board. I mean, obviously no one wants to be giving money back out, but he seems passionate enough. And again, if this works, it could be beneficial for the business as well as me, you know? So let's wait and see, innit? Let's wait and see. I'm waiting for a return label to be emailed. He said it would either be sent tonight or tomorrow. It hasn't come tonight, so it'll probably be tomorrow. If not, I'll send him a reminder. But yeah, I think he's probably, I, I think he's going to be working on this without me even sending the machine back. So obviously I will send the machine back, but I think he said he's going to start working on obviously one of the machines that they already have there. So I don't think he needs the machine back for him to be kind of figuring this out. So let's wait and see, man. So again, it will be at least a couple of weeks, like I said, probably more. But yeah, let's see. I'm cautiously optimistic. cautiously optimistic. We've still got time. We've got 20 minutes. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Again, was not expecting. Ouch. Was not expecting the combo to go anywhere like this, or to go like this at all. But again, this is just a constant reminder, and I need to keep on reminding myself of this. Always expect the unexpected. Just don't even go into things thinking that you know how the outcome's going to be, because I'd gone into it thinking that I was more than likely going to get my refund, but I was expecting quite a bit of forceful pushback, like, oh, well, yeah, you know, it was maybe your own fault, maybe you didn't do your due diligence and you're outside of the 30-day time frame. I know obviously we're a bit slow, but, you know, can't really do much, you know, because again, what would be my recourse if he turned around and said no? Like, I probably could go to someone, maybe trading standards. I don't know, that might be a bit much, but but again, even if there was recourse, it's the whole thing of I think one of the big reasons, and I've observed this in my own workplace and in other workplaces and amongst people that I know, I think a big reason why people don't follow through for refunds, even if they're entitled, if they're declined initially, but they are actually entitled. One of the main reasons they don't follow up is because they can't be bothered. It's too much stress. They can't be bothered, and it's too much stress, and it's too much stress slash long. Yeah. If it's a long process and it's going to be more hassle and it's just more time out of the day, they'll just throw the towel in and just give up and say, oh, you know, I can't be bothered with this, and then just take the L, you know? So I was expecting all of that, and no. Again, I have it all. One thing I did say to him more, if this doesn't work out, I would kind of still, and he already knew where I was going with this. He was like, yep, don't worry. If this doesn't work out, obviously you'll still be entitled to the refund. Like, we give out refunds, as he did say. Like, it's not a thing where we try to like hoard the money. So that was good, man. I felt positive coming off the phone call, like very unexpectedly positive again. Wasn't expecting this angle. It kind of blindsided me in arguably the best possible way. So yeah, man. Benefits of small business. You can move agile, you know? So I don't even want to say big up to Skooma or Alex just yet, but cautiously optimistic. So let's see. Crypto, I think, is picking up a little bit. I'm so tempted to pull out my money and put it into that penguin coin or even the white whale. One or two of them. I maybe should just chill. Maybe. Dry hands, bro. Oh my lord. But anyways, yeah, let me just leave it there. This is 23 minutes, bro. Yapping, bro. Anywho, I can leave it there. Stay 1,490. I'll catch you tomorrow for day 1,491.